Tatiana from Afro-Wema. We're here in Quibera and welcome to Mitindo. So my name is Tatiana. I'm from Portugal. I'm a biologist and dance teacher. And what made me start Afro-Wema was the support I wanted to give to the artisan community of Quibera, trying to empower them and create new job opportunities in a sustainable way. When I created the brand, I wanted to call it just Wema, which was not possible. So Wema means care in Swahili, and it's care from and to Africa. We are unique, sustainable, and caring. The goal in the beginning was to empower my tailor, Tabitha. She's still working with us, and you cannot create a brand with only just one tailor, so she brought more friends, colleagues. Then I met Sophie through another tailor, and that's how we've been growing in a very organic way. Our fabrics are sourced locally in small shops where everyone can get them as well. We also upcycle denim that I buy second-hand markets or that are part of collaborations with other organizations. For example, for the last fashion show, Nairobi Fashion Week, all the denims or majority of the denims that we used were coming from dumping sites. And it also depends. Whenever I'm traveling to an African country, I always buy local materials, and then we create small collections out of those materials. Afro-Wema doesn't have a workshop or a factory. I work with many artisans, not only tailors, beaders and jewelers, and each artisan has its own workshop. So we have a very different business model, which also gives them some freedom to keep other clients that they have. Basically, we do some trials when we have a new artisan, and then we see if the quality standards that they have, they fit our requirements. Basically, all our collections, they have kitenge. That's how we want to keep the African heritage in our pieces. Or, for example, the reused brass jewelry, we use African motifs as well. And so we have the brand new material that we try to keep it sustainable by using that stock materials for lining, or old pieces like used pieces like bed sheets, for example. Or we use second-hand material like the denims or offcuts from other brands, and that's how we create some of our collaborations, for example, with Tosheka Textile. So with Tosheka Textiles, we're using their offcuts to create new designs, new pieces from, for example, tablecloth. They can just become a kimono, for example. So our motto is to save the planet with style. So nowadays you have enough clothes in the world that you can dress 6 generations. So for us, it makes no sense to produce new clothes exclusively with new materials. So that's why we try to upcycle a lot. And you have such amazing pieces already available in the market, and pre-loved ones, as I like to call them. So you can give them a second chance and finding someone that will keep loving them. So we're not only promoting upcycling or handmade, but also mending, repairing what you already have. We also promote workshops of mending, repairing, upcycling, reusing. We also collaborate with swap circles, so you can just exchange your clothes with someone else. So what you're no longer wearing can be a new item for another person. We started our high fashion journey last year with Tribal Chic. Actually, we were in the first edition of Eco Fashion Week Kenya. So we produced a capsule collection in a collaboration with a brand from Uganda. So we were using their lining, eco-printed cotton lining, as a completely new material for us, and mixing it with denim. So that was our first fashion experience. From there we had Tribal Chic 2024. We were at the Core Fashion installation. We were the only African brand invited to showcase at Global Fashion Festival in India, Delhi. It was September last year. We did Eco Fashion Week last year also, and we were selected to go to Australia for Eco Fashion Week in Australia, but unfortunately we couldn't make it. And this year we already did Nairobi Fashion Week and Tribal Chic. For each collection, I always invite a fashion student. We have a strong collaboration with the Delight Fashion School here in Kenya, and I always try to bring on board the fashion students. And the collection, it's not by Tatiana, it's by Tatiana and, for example, Maria. Maria Aziro was the last student to be invited. She was part of Nairobi Fashion Week. I try as much as possible to collaborate with people, with organizations, because I think when we come together we're stronger and we go further. So it's a combined effort from everyone. I think there's a big connection, not only for the creative part of dance and fashion, but also the colorful things that you can see, and it's the mixture of circles and squares and stripes and yellow and green that you don't see that much in Portugal. In Portugal, people are still very conservative when it comes to fashion and colors and wearing edgy clothes, I would say. So whenever I go back home and people see me wearing kitenge, it's like, oh my God, that's so cool, where did you get it? I said, I have a fashion brand, you can also buy it. And they're like, oh, maybe it will not look good on me, you know. So I think my scientific mind also, it helps me a lot when it comes to fashion, because in fashion you also need to be very accurate. So there's a science also behind fashion. People are very, very much interested nowadays in the sustainable fashion, and when you're very transparent all through your value chain, where you source your materials, the way you work, the way you're putting it out there. We don't use plastic at all, so our bags are also handmade. We don't do our buttons, for example, are made of coconut, are made of wood. And we try to use it. We're a waste-free brand, so all the remains we use it for other things. So even it's now for the kids, for the sustainable fashion for kids program. People are becoming more conscious about the textile pollution, the problem of the fashion industry being the second most pollutant industry in the world. So we have more clients looking for unique pieces that they know they are ethically made as well. So our group, our community is growing, especially with the Gen Z. So I think they're very much informed about what's going on, and they also want to be unique. So they're really open. So our concept is affordable luxury pieces. So you don't need to be a millionaire to buy an Afro Emma piece. It's just our pieces cannot be compared with the price point of fast fashion because the way they're made. So fair wages is one of our concerns, and for that you need obviously to increase a bit the price of what you can buy from a fast fashion brand. Yeah.